Today is a great day.
Is it?
Why, might you ask, is today such a great day? Because I have, sometimes I wax a little sentimental, and I have been thinking off and on for quite a while about this girl I went to high school with. Now, before you start thinking I'm not being cool, I am. I had a good friend in high school. I keep thinking her name was Maggie, but apparently it was Margie. It was 30 years ago, so you'll have to forgive me. 35 years ago. Margie. Yeah, but I thought it was Maggie. But the last name was DeShiel. And I know I first started thinking about it because we had English class together. She was a very good writer. And we had a great teacher, Miss Fahey, together. And I see Miss Fahey every now and then. And we were in all honors classes together. So in Bayport High School, there wasn't many students. And if you were in honors classes, you had the same kids in every single class all day long. You never separated from them. So anyway, every now and then I would just think to myself, how is she doing? Is she doing all right? What's going on? You know, I hope things are going really well for her. And then I found out she's Maggie's aunt. So that's a really cool thing. And I am very, very, very excited about that. So, what's that? I made my day. I was very happy to hear that. Okay. A little slow on the uptake today, aren't we?
I didn't know what you said. I was confused.
All right. Softball, just in case you don't realize it already, we're practicing till 4 o'clock in the gym. I am then going to drive to CY8 to get the uniforms. I went there over the weekend and they were closed. So.
They're ready already?
No. I have to put the order in.
Oh.
But it usually takes like 2 to 2.5 weeks to get them back. So I'm hoping we can have them for the first game. I think we can. But I have to make sure I can get that done.
What would we wear?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, so the value of the square root of x squared minus 9 is real and irrational. This quiz is a fantastic example. Now, don't go looking away. Francesca, ahead in the game. This quiz is a fantastic example of how performance is a function of preparation. I don't believe a single question on this test is hard. Quiz. Yet, the results were horrible. I don't know if it's because it's a Monday. Mr. Brazen High School would say, Dumbo Monday! Because of the propensity for careless mistakes on a Monday. But I do want to go through here and just show you how they tweaked things a little bit. And because of these subtle little changes, you wound up getting the questions wrong. The first one says the value of the square root of x squared minus 9 is irrational when x is equal to. I smiled to myself when I saw anybody who put choice 2. So sad. Also a Mr. Brace saying. So sad. Dumbo Monday. Look, if I plug in, nowadays Mr. Brace would be arrested for hurting your feelings. But anyway, if I plug in a 0 for x squared, I'm going to get 0 squared minus 9. What does that equal? Error. Well, and the calculator will tell you error, yes. But what does in real life 0 squared minus 9 equal? Negative 9. And then when you try to square root negative 9, that's when the calculator tells you that there's an error. The reason is because the square root of negative 9 is an imaginary number. We know this. So, is an imaginary number an irrational number? No.
It's not. It's not real.
It's not real, but it's not imaginary. It's not irrational. Let's plug in the negative 3. What's negative 3 squared? 9. What's 9 minus 9? 0. What's the square root of 0? 0. Is that irrational? No. Die. More than Mr. Brace need. Next up, 5 squared. What's that? 25. 25 minus 9. Oh, it's a Monday. 25 minus 9.
16.
16. Square root of 16. That would be rational. What's 4 squared?
16.
What's 16 minus 9? What is the world's most famous irrational number? Pi. What is the second most famous irrational number, though you don't ever use it?
E.
E, very good. So we kind of skip over that one. You'll use it in a couple of years. Then there is any square root that you cannot figure out. So the square root of 16 is rational because it's 4. The square root of 7 is irrational because there is no number that times itself equals 7. Next, which represents a linear relationship? When you look at a table, what are you looking for to see if a relationship is linear? No, it's not enough to say a pattern because there's many different types of pattern. Or decreasing. The change, the rate of change. Listen. Yeah. The general equation of a line is y equals mx plus b. M stands for slope or rate of change. In a linear equation, you have a constant rate of change. The rate of change here is not constant. The rate of change here is not constant. The rate of change here is not constant. But this one is going up by 2's and up by 1's. That's 2 over 1. That's a constant rate of change. The answer to number 2 is 3. God bless. God bless. That looked like a semi-sneeze. It was like you were loading up for this killer sneeze, and then it was like, it's not like my mother. Achoo! Drags it out. So sad. Now, next up. This one just about everybody got right. You know what? I'll use a B. Ready? B, balance, is the initial amount, 600, times, make sure you're aware that it's the initial amount, 600. Then it's going to be 1 plus or minus the interest rate as a decimal to the time. So in this case, it's 600 times. Now this is an interest of 1.6%, which as a decimal is 0.016. Are we all good on that? You don't remember how to convert? You move 2 to the left.
Okay.
Look, this is really, really, really cool how you do this. Ready? Let's write out the word percent. Let's write out the word decimal. Percent has an R in it, so you move 2 to the
Right.
good. Oh, look at that! Decimal has a L in it, so you move 2 places to the left. Ready? 1, 2, 0.016.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
It doesn't mean the number of zeros, it means the number of places. Okay? So then it's going to be 1.016, and it says 2 years to the 2. And I honestly didn't even bother doing it. I just looked at the first 5 papers that I graded, and they all said 619.35. So, then I would be in trouble. Okay? All right. And then this last one. Performance is a function. Preparation. Look, as far as the percent of increase or decrease, the 5100 has nothing to do with that. The X has nothing to do with it. It has something to do with this 0.95. Now, it's supposed to be 1, and if I write 1 as a percent, that would be 100%. And if I write it as a decimal, it would be 1.00. Agree? Everybody with me on that?
Yes.
What is the percent that's in there?
95.
So, what's the change? 5%.
What?
I was 20 off.
A lot of people wrote 95%.
I said 20 off.
Yeah, where'd you come up with 21 from? You weren't alone. There were others. They don't have the guts to admit it. But there were others who said 21. So, it's very strange. Does everybody understand why the percent of change has to be 5%?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's supposed to be 100% plus or minus, right? 1 is 100%, right here. 1 is 100% plus or minus. So if after the plus or minus, we go from 100% to 95%, clearly it changed by 5%. So that has to be the change. Okay? Now, if you ever want to know why you do these little quizzes, it is because to illuminate to you the kinds of things that you need to be better prepared for. Did I go over a question that was hard? No. But there were kind of little angles on the things we already know. So I don't think it's a big deal. You come back, you take the quiz tomorrow, and you do a whole lot better.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Today's lesson sheet. I feel bad. I didn't get to do the answers to last night's sheet. I apologize. Okay. Modeling a context from data. Identify the type of function each table represents. So as I take a look at the first table here, table A, what type of table is that? How do you know it's linear? Constant rate of change. That's the best way to word it. I would be careful about saying it's increasing by the same amount, because not only do the y's have to increase by the same amount, but so do the x's. Like if they went 1, 2, 3, 11, you could have a different number here, and it could still be linear. Okay? All right, so this is definitely linear. We were able to identify it by the constant rate of change. And then find the symbolic representation of this function. Who wants to learn a dirty trick? Who wants to learn a trick that's going to make life so easy? Hey! Look up. You're not paying attention. I am going to show you something revolutionary. This is cool. This is supposed to be a very difficult question. Hey! This is supposed to be a very difficult question for all three of these. But I can make it really easy. Really, really, really easy. I get very worried at a time like this when a whole bunch of girls are laughing at me. Especially when they start like losing it. I'm like, uh-oh. Do I have a boogie? That's always one of the things that crosses my mind. Like, so very discreetly I go like, Mary, do I have a boogie? Could be worse. Are there stains? No. Zippers up? I don't know what else I have to worry about. I almost spat that all over the place. All right. No, I'm telling you, you are going to say, in a couple of minutes, you're going to say, I love you, Mr. Lindquist. I'm telling you, I just made life so easy for you. Let me tell you how easy this is. I tutored this girl in high school, and she's taking the same course, and they do things out of order. They're doing factoring now. We did it a while ago. And this material that we're doing now, they did a while ago. So, she had a question like this, and I showed her how to do it on the calculator. And it's supposed to be a really, really hard question. And her teacher came up to her, and her teacher goes, how did you do that? She goes, my tutor told me. He goes, should have shown you that. It's too easy now. So we're going to show you how to make life really, really easy. Okay, first thing, get your calculator out. And we're going to take a moment for my calculator to warm up, because I have to get my software license validated. This is, I'm telling you, this is just like, this is going to make life so easy. And we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, because we're actually going to learn a series of like 3 lessons on this a little later in the year. But rather than make you fight things right now, and considering they give you the calculator for the test, I might as well go with this. Okay, you need to learn a few things about your calculator. The first thing you have to learn is that there's a whole mode called statistics. And statistics is this button right here. Everybody watching? Okay, so hit stat. Now, do you see the very first thing? It says stat edit. That's when you put the statistics into the calculator, so hit enter. Now, do you see these lists? List 1, list 2? What you're going to do is go up, and then you're going to hit clear, and then enter. And then you go over, go up, hit clear, hit enter. Thank you. Well, you're just clearing them out. That's all you do. So when you clear it, you want to get the little black line to where it says L1. Hit clear and hit enter. And that clears the whole thing at once. Because it's literally a never-ending list of numbers. So the only way to clear it is to get it to the heading. Okay? Yes? What does yours say L1? Try going to the left. If not, I don't know how to get it to say L1 on your calculator. Yours is a little different than ours. But if you use Google, and if you want to take your phone out right now, if not, you can, I don't know, use mine or something. And you can Google your calculator number and write, how do I go to stat edit calc? I'll go to stat edit, all right? Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the data that is on your paper. So I'm going to do the first couple of these, and then I'll leave you to go with it. Hunter, would you please read me the left-hand column of that first table?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, enter. 2, enter. 3, enter. 4, enter. And what was the last one? Was it 5?
Yeah.
It was, okay, enter. It's very important that you don't take it for granted because a lot of times, much more frequently, they will not be in order like this. Now watch. I go over here, and it must match the order because you have to get the pairs right. Hunter, what's the next pairs? Go ahead.
Wait, right hand side.
Yes.
5, 7, 9, 11,
5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Okay, so make sure you get that data entered into your calculator. This is so easy. This is like you don't even have to have a brain to do this. I wish they had had this when I was in high school. Well, no, I'm glad I didn't because I'm really smart because I had to figure it out. All right, you ready? Which is not suggesting you two won't be smart one day. Mr. Braze used to go, one day, you too can be perfect like me.
Does he really talk like that?
Yes, absolutely. And it's true because didn't your mom, as soon as you try the accent, doesn't she know who I'm talking about?
No one told her what they said.
Yeah, absolutely. Dumbo Monday. What are you going to do with your life? Work at Rickles? Stock shelves? He's just a very, very unique guy. And an amazing teacher. Okay, now here's what you're supposed to like figure out y equals mx plus b. You know how we did the ones with the sequences where you had to like go back and put the numbers in and all that other stuff to generate it, like a sub n equals a sub 1 plus difference times n minus 1. Oh, this is so cool. You ready? Don't do it yet. I just want you to watch it all.
Oh, what did I do?
Don't watch.
I don't know. I just read
Watch.
my calculator.
Stat. We're not going to do edit. We're going to calc because we're going to calculate something. Linear regression because it's making a line. Enter. Enter.
Wait, so after that, what we do?
Wait. Look. Can you see? I'm done.
Oh, look, we do.
Done.
Oh.
All done. All done. All done. I don't even have to think. All I got to do is put them in the table and go bing, 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 bam, there's the answer. Oh, life is so easy. So Mr. Petrosino in the high school, he wanted the girl I tutored to do all this work and everything. And he goes, how'd you do that?
So it's not working now. Well, what about if
It should be.
says
I
to show
think
work?
it makes sense. Where does the show work?
Look, then I went back to calc. I went down to it.
Linear regression.
And then I went there. I said,
I said it.
What does it say?
I don't know.
At the bottom, it's linear.
Do it, enter again.
Go down to calculate louder.
Okay. Now, yes.
What if it says to show work?
Well, because it.
Oh, it won't.
How do you know?
If it said to show work like it was on part 2, you would write, I took my calculator, I went to stat edit, I input the data, then I went to stat linear regression, and it gave me the answer. And that's all you have to write. So help me, that's it.
So you have to figure out if it's linear before you do
Yes,
it.
that's the key. And that brings me to my next point. So, first off, is there anyone who has any difficulty understanding how to do that? Good. Now, we go to what Emma just said, the single most important point you can possibly understand is you needed to know that table A was linear. Okay? So now we're going to go to table B. Is table B linear? Oh, this is so good. God, this is
Yeah,
good.
I just want my
Is this linear?
No.
What is it?
Quadratic.
Exponential.
I wrote exponential. I don't know why I said exponential.
Okay. Oh, this is so good. Oh, God. Go to your calculator.
Here we go again.
See, it's not that bad. Like, the linear one's not that bad, but, man, the exponentials. Whoo, Lord. So, let's go to stat, edit, clear it out.
I think you're obsessed.
Oh no, this is cool. This is like, this is supposed to be some of the hardest stuff on the whole course, and it's like so easy.
Wait, how'd you clear that?
Remember, you got to go up to the top of the column, hit clear, enter. Did you find it? Or so share, or if you want, go get one from up here and use this for now.
Yeah, she did.
Okay. Now input the data. Hunter, read me the data.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2. Hold on, I don't know if I can do that. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, hit me.
6, 9,
6, 9,
13.5,
13.5,
20.25.
20.25.
You said 2025.
What?
I thought you just said 2022.5.
No, we're good. Get it.
Oh my god. So amazing.
30.375.
30.375. Enter. Oh, this is good. This is really good. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready? Here we go. Ready? Go to stat. Calc. Now, this one's not linear. What is it?
Exponential.
You know what's coming, right? You just know it. Exponential regression. Ready? Enter. Done! All done! All done! You see, it even tells you. I mean, how hard is this? A times B to the X. AB. All done. Yes.
How do we have to know the equation?
Oh, they will ask you. They'll give you the table and they'll say, what's the equation? Bless you. Bless you. All right. Now. Hold it.
Oh, wait, I had never.
Yes.
If you didn't know what kind of function it was, is there a way to use your calculator to type in all this so
No.
I can tell you?
No, you have to know if it's linear, exponential, or in this particular case, quadratic. Ready? This goes up by 9. This goes up by 15. This goes up by 21. This goes up by 27. It's clearly not a common ratio, and it's also not a common difference. However, I don't know if you remember this because we only mentioned it once or twice, but I'm mentioning it again now. If you notice, remember second differences? What's the second difference every time?
It is, 6.
6. So what happens is this. Whenever the second difference is a constant number, it's always going to be quadratic. Okay? So that means it's not a linear regression, it's not a exponential regression, it is a quadratic regression. So let's go to the calculator. Let's go to stat. Oh, gotta clear them out now. Oh, hold it. Oh, edit. Here we go. Enter. Up. Clear. Enter. Oh, is this still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay, good. Okay. What's the first number?
3.
3.
12.
12.
27.
27.
48.
Height. Okay, next. What?
75.
75. Enter. Now this used to be so hard. It used to like drive kids crazy. Stat. Calc.
Oh my god.
Quadratic regression. 5. Y equals 3x squared. See it? That's it. All done. Did you even have to think? It's just like press a few buttons, bam, out pops the answer. Okay. Hold it very quickly. I don't care about the graphs right now. Take a look here. This looks to me like it's probably going to be linear. All right, and you could always just check the common ratio or the common difference. If it's a common difference, what kind of regression do you use? Linear. If it's a common ratio, what do you use? Then you're going to use a exponential.
There's one question.
Yes.
What is cat?
Where's what?
What is
Cat? Yasmin. No. Tammy said. Do I have a class next period?